talk about that another time.
Yeah.
So the album, we've done the album, it's out.
Uh-huh.
We've talked about that, how great it was. We've talked about France. What would you like to happen now with this new band we've created, Doncaster Jazz Alumni, which is a squad of players that mostly have passed through the Doncaster Youth Jazz Association. Some haven't, to be fair, which is great because, you know, they're still giving back as well, because obviously everything we do is to give back to youth music, specifically in Doncaster and big band music. So obviously we've got a few gigs coming up. What would you like? And so like next year, in 2025, what would you really love to be doing with the band?
Well, I'd like to think that, I'd like to hope that we'd be doing similar to now, where we're not going to inundate ourselves with a regular program calendar of dates. I think you said quite rightly last year, you know, maybe a sort of half a dozen engagements per annum. I think that's probably good, and I think that works out nicely, you know, depending on what we're asked to do. But I'm quite excited to do to keep our themes, musical themes, with a named, you know, player, composer, writer. And we've done that, you know, up to present, and it's good that we've done Thad Jones, and you know, last year, and we're currently involved with the music of Bob Florence.
I think it's good to do those because apart from the fact that it gives us the opportunity to look at some new music, it's, you know, we did spend a lot of time playing the album stuff, obviously up to the album, and then over that weekend, and then afterwards as well, and we still are obviously playing some of the favourites, I guess, if you like, from the album. But it's nice to do the themes things because it gives us, the musicians, a chance to get our teeth into something else. But I think it's good for the audience as well, because a lot of the people that come see a big band will want to hear Thad Jones music. So the fact that it was the centenary last year was perfect. Obviously this year it's Bob Florence, which is one of your favourites and a popular composer, arranger within the band from when we were kids and playing all his stuff. In fact, you were just telling me last time you came that you've got a cassette recording of DYJO in 1985 playing Westlake.
Playing Westlake.
By Bob Florence, with Bob Florence on piano.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing. That was at... that was in a jazz club in Hollywood.
Was it Dante's or something?
Dante's.
Dante's
Jazz Club.
Is that where I fell asleep?
I believe it is, yes, but you were only 10 at the time.
Yeah.
But
must have been a good gig then.
Pardon?
Must have been a good gig.
No, it's just because you were a roadie, you were probably tired of carrying equipment.
Yeah. So, yeah, the fact that you got to play with him, we need to digitise that, by the way. We need to get that out.
You think that's an idea?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Interesting to see.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah. I'd like you to hear it first.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the fact that you've played with him, and, you know, we as a group have played loads of his arrangements over the last 30 odd years, and they're great. So I think it's good that we're doing these kind of, not themes, but I suppose they are themes. It's just like an addition to our repertoire, isn't it? So next year, what do you think about doing? We know about the Queen Suite, so we've been made aware of the Queen Suite. Do you want to talk about that?
Well, I think that might be a good idea, but you introduced that to me, so it's best for you to give the history of that.
All it was Steve Crocker from Seven Arts in Leeds. Obviously, we're playing there later on this year in November. He mentioned about the Queen Suite, and I honestly had no idea what it was, didn't know about it. And basically, it's by Duke Ellington. And I only know a little about it, and so forgive me if I get any of the details wrong, but I believe he met the Queen, obviously probably in the 60s, I would have thought. Could have been the 60s, I think. And they got on really well, and he met her at Leeds. I don't know what the engagement or the event was, but he met her in Leeds. They got on really well, apparently. And when he went back to the States, obviously he was on tour with his band. When they got back, he wrote a suite for her, recorded it, but apparently there was only one pressing of it, and that resides in Buckingham Palace or one of the royal estates. And next year it's either the anniversary of that meeting, or it's the anniversary of of that recording, which I presume might have been a year later or so. I'm not sure, but either way, Steve says it's the anniversary of the Queen Suite. It has been recorded since by other bands, so that we think that the music's out there. But he thought it would be great for a band from Yorkshire to, with a lot of members live in Leeds, from Leeds. It would be great to reproduce that suite. I don't think it's very long. It's probably about 40 odd minutes long.
I would just love to get my head into that.
Yeah.
And to see us doing that with a band, that would be great, I've got a feeling that his visit and his meeting with the Queen, it's around about sort of 72.
Oh, right, it's 70s then, okay.
Yeah, because I know he was over here then. I remember going to sort of see him myself in London with your Uncle Jim.
Okay.
And a fantastic concert. And to me, that was possibly his last tour. I'm not exactly sure when he passed, but I don't think he was alive for very much longer after that. But yes, it would be a great honour to do it and to do that sort of concert. And, with this particular group, this group of players we have now, because I think this is a special group. I know I'm sort of saying that because I'm sort of standing in front of it. It's a wonderful experience just to hear these players, not just collectively the sound that they make, but what they're doing individually as well. And as you know, that within this band, they're not just playing. They're running it internally. They're helping us as working members behind the scenes, as treasurer or as directors, and because of course we don't have our own offices now, and this is important that we're working from from outwardly from within the orchestra. This will be a wonderful thing to do, I think, and we can make that the year that we pay homage to Duke Ellington. Yeah. Because we have a plethora of parts of
that would be
Duke,
cool.
Duke Ellington.
Also, I was thinking, because now we've got Kate Peters in our ranks, she's got some Ella Fitzgerald big band charts. So we could do, I'm sure someone could come up with something better, but Ella and Ellington, or Ella meets Ellington, or, you know what I mean? Something like that.
They did things together.
Yeah.
A lot of things together.
So that could be a thing where we do the Queen Suite, plus some other Ellington stuff, plus some Ella Fitzgerald stuff. And I think a lot of people would want to see that.
Yeah, I think so. I think what we know that we did a concert, you weren't there, but with Kate, was performed with us in Hull, and she was tremendous.
Yeah,
she engages with the orchestra. She's amazing. She's not just singing, but she's so visually sort of connected with the audience and with the band, because she really is a class act. Yeah. And but that'd be lovely to have her sort of doing quite a few songs with us and events. I think it'd be good. Yeah,
I think it'd be nice to do some festivals as well, if possible.
That would be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think pardon?
Ronnie Scott's
would be lovely to go back there with the full big band.
Yeah.
And that would be lovely. And I'd love to do the Cheltenham Jazz Festival.
Really?
Because I've always had a yen to try and. I think we did try a few years ago to get down there, but they had a full programme, so we didn't get there. But I would love to do Cheltenham because it's from my home county, of course.
Yeah, but there's loads of festivals we could potentially do. There's Manchester Jazz Festival. There's Marsden. We played there a few years ago, didn't we?
Marsden,
Marsden?
Yeah.
I mean, there's loads more that I can't think of right now. But
Wigan, of course.
Yeah. Maybe that could work next year.
Yeah.
London. I just think it would be nice to have another year of playing maybe some different material and doing some, not bigger gigs, but some. Well, yeah, I do mean that. Gigs where there's more people watching, so we feel like it's proper.
I mean, the way I see it, when I see it going forward, because you asked me specifically how did I sort of see it going forward, I see it now as this particular orchestra being a platform, not not just for the orchestra per se, but for the individuals. You know, for instance, I'd love to be in a situation where each of those players have got a feature piece somewhere. You're not going to do them all in the same concert, but to think that each of those individual players have got their piece. Yeah. That's I'm doing it this time, and so each concert might be a different couple of people that are featured, and and I'd love to get that. So that becomes, a platform for them as individuals that they get a chance to solo. If they wish to. There may well be really strong readers section players that prefer to continue with what they're doing. But anyone that would like to, I just want to give them the opportunity to do it.
To be fair, we've got a lot of good soloists in the band.
Exactly. And as you
so
know,
it'd be
you
a shame not to use them.
Yeah, but I think we need to use more and spread the load a little bit so it isn't the same. I mean, it isn't at the moment. There are still a lot of good soloists stepping forward. I mean, somebody was saying it to me the other night. They couldn't understand. They couldn't. How do they do this? Normally, big bands might have 1 or 2, 3 or 4 sort of soloists.
What, the gig last week? Someone said that.
In Hull, and that's where I'd like to see it going, and I think it could go in that direction. Yeah. Because, as you say, we've got some really good, strong players and good soloists, and they're professional about it. They will want it to be right, and it won't be played until they know it's right.
Correct.
And that's good. And it has nothing to do with talent.
It's just, we're not going over that again.
It has nothing to do with natural talent. Yeah. It's to do with hard graft, as you well know.
Yeah, that's my viewpoint on it anyway. Well, let's hope that all those things happen. We are trying to make things happen. Obviously, we've got the Earl gig coming up next month. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're at 7 Arts in November. Is it November? I think it's November.
I think it is November, yeah.
So, and then I think we're playing again at the Christmas concert with the Jazz Association.
Yes.
At Parklands this time.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not at the Earl?
No, it's at Parklands, I believe. So, which is a good venue, that. It's a really good venue.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay. Went to see Stugger's band there, didn't we? A few weeks back. Mm-hmm. No, it's a good venue. The stage is big. It's good sound. No, it's good. So, hopefully next year we'll still be sat here talking about what we're going to do in 2026. So, I think it's time for lunch, don't you? I'm hungry.
Let me treat you. Where are we going?
Are you buying?
Pardon?
Are you buying?
I said I'd treat you. I didn't say I was going to pay for it. But yes, of course I will.
We'll go to Relish.
For
old time's sake.
For old time's sake. Go on then.
Right, I'll see you soon.
Right, and
thanks for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Mark.